Welcome to Banyan Books, Branches of Wisdom, celebrating the joy of bright ideas and heartful lifelong learning. Branches of Wisdom is a series of intimate conversations with the world's most influential authors and visionaries. We explore spirituality and the human mind, ecology and culture. Most episodes are recorded with a live audience. You can join our live events and submit questions to your favorite guests. Check out our upcoming schedule at banyan.com. Since 1970, Banyan Books has been a rich oasis at the crossroads of wisdom and philosophy, offering resources for humanity's evolving paths. We're a locally owned, independent bookstore in the heart of Vancouver's Kitsilano neighborhood. Visit us in person or shop online at banyan.com. Please subscribe, follow, like, and leave your reviews for the podcast. And now, enjoy.
Hello and welcome. My name is Jacob Steele, the events manager for Banyan Books. This evening, we are delighted to host Abiola Abrams on her new book. I will show you the book cover. From Imagination to Reality, Secret Manifestation Lessons and the Law of Assumption from Abdullah, Master Alchemist. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that although we have participants joining from around the world, the physical location of Banyan Books is on the unceded territory of the Coast Salish peoples, including the territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. If you enjoy today's event, we invite you to donate to Banyan Books to help support these programs to be free and accessible for all. There is a PayPal donation link in the video description below. Abiola welcomes your questions. Please type questions into the chat box at any point during the event. And now for introduction. And while I do this, I'll put the book cover up again. Abiola Abrams is an award-winning Hay House author of From Imagination to Reality and African Goddess Initiation, in addition to being an intuitive self-love coach and Oracle deck creatrix. Abiola's calling is to help you to become who you were born to be. Her latest books, From Imagination to Reality and Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle, were released by Hay House and distributed by Penguin Random House to great acclaim. Find her third meditation album on the Empower You Unlimited audio app. Abiola studied sociology at Sarah Lawrence College and has an MFA from Vermont College of Fine Arts. Learn more about her work at womanifesting.com, kind of like manifesting, but woman, womanifesting.com, and on social media at Abiola TV. And just to mention, Abiola has a little one who's sleeping right now. And so we're going to keep the event a little bit shorter than usual, just in case nobody wakes up in the middle. So I know you're going to love this event. Please welcome Abiola Abrams.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me again. I feel like this is my second Banyan Books experience. So now I feel like I can call Banyan Books home, my Canadian home, away from home. And so shout out and love to all of my Canadian friends and family. I have shared and promoted this event in the energy of come with me and let us manifest money. All right, so that was my draw in to lead you in, my breadcrumbs, to pull you forward for this expansive experience that we're going to have together tonight. And as was just acknowledged, we're going to go a little bit shorter than intended because my baby girl is asleep. But we are going to be as impactful and as powerful as you manifested this workshop to be. So we are today building on and standing on the energy of the law of assumption. So many of us have heard of and are very familiar with the law of attraction. So then you may be like, well, what is the law of assumption? So the law of assumption simply states exactly as it sounds, that what we assume to be true is. What we assume to be true is. So I'm going to ask you, if you are watching this presently, or if you're watching the replay, or if you're watching it in the past, because time is not linear as we've been taught. If you're watching this in the past, present, or future, what is the energy of, what do you assume to be true about money? What do you believe to be true about money? Because that's what an assumption is when we're making an assumption about our lives, the things that we believe to be true. So I assume that the internet is going to flow and work out, because that's what the internet in this, time that we're living in 2024 at the time of this recording does. So I assume that it's going to work out. I assume that everyone who is showing up here has a fancy device that they've been able to connect with. And so their basic needs are met, that they then have time abundance and freedom and some semblance of financial abundance to have a fancy device to connect. I assume that Banyan Books, I assumed beforehand, was going to invite in their audience. So I assumed certain things to be true. I also have my own assumptions and beliefs about money, some that I've created through my life experience, right? My X amount of years on the planet, and some that I inherited from the well-meaning people who raised me. So let's see. So what are some of your assumptions about money? What do you believe to be true? Okay, so Goddess Tanya says money gives options. Money gives options. Okay, yes. That is a big belief about money. Yes, Sensual Regal Goddess says money brings more money means more happiness. Wonderful. Big assumption we have about money. Jamaican Douglas says that there's more than enough money for everyone, and it's constantly moving and changing and expanding. Yes, Jamaican Douglas, who is one of the my usual members of my circle, that I'm glad that she is here. Yes, that it is expanding. Beautiful. These are all of the expansive views about money. Good to see you, Goddess Valen. Great. The expansive views that we have about money. We also, unfortunately, have some limiting beliefs about money, some fear beliefs around money, some blocked beliefs around money. So what are some of the blocked beliefs, the fear-based beliefs that you have about money that you may have inherited? So some of the fear-based beliefs that I've inherited about money have been things like, there's not enough to go around, right? So if this person has some, it means that this person has a little bit less. Or you have to hustle, work very, very hard for money, very, very hard, almost to the point of pain, right? These are limiting beliefs that I have inherited about money, and then created. This is what we do. We have these beliefs that we inherit, and then we create and build on them with our life experiences and create them as self-fulfilling prophecies. I don't have enough. That is a big reoccurring limiting belief around money. Thank you for being courageous enough to share that, Goddess. Yes. Yes, money is hard to keep. Yes, as soon as we hear, as soon as it flows in, it flows out, right? This is something that is often repeated. As soon as it flows in, it flows out. Rich get richer, poor get poorer. That's a big one, right? Oh, the rich people, they just keep on getting bigger, richer and richer. Rich people are greedy. These are some of the beliefs that we have about money that we've inherited or created through our own life experience. Yes, I can't afford something. Yes, I can't afford that, right? We say about things that maybe are even a year out. I can't afford it. Like, we're planning already to be poor. We're planning already to be broke whenever that thing happens. Oh, I'm not going to be able to afford that. Or people like us, whatever it is, right? Everyone has, people like us stories. So people like us don't get ahead, or people like us aren't the people that, make it. The little guy doesn't make it. It's the big what's one of the words that I've heard? Fat cats. The fat cats who make it, the fat cats who prosper. The little guy suffers, right? All of that. Yes, loving money is evil. Money is the root of all evil. Yes, good people don't worry about money. Yes, or money isn't, this is a big one. Money isn't spiritual. Money isn't spiritual, or money isn't creative, you have to suffer for your art, right? Starving artist. Money isn't creative. Money isn't feminine. It's not feminine to worry about money. Let men worry about money. You have to marry somebody with money. You have to date somebody with money. You have to get money somehow out of someone else because it's not feminine or creative or, all of those things. Yes, let's just put it all out there. And I feel as we're saying it, right? We want to visualize as we're saying it, we're putting out these beliefs that we no longer need. These are beliefs that no longer serve us. These are beliefs that our families had. The well-meaning people who raised us did the very best that they could with what they knew at the time and had these beliefs. And we felt the need to, in our own, wisdom as little ones, and now with the little ones inside of us, inside of our hearts, our inner child, we felt the need to toe the family line, right? To be loyal to our family beliefs, our beliefs of scarcity, our beliefs of lack. A big one for me as a Black woman is, you've got to work twice as hard to get half as far. You got to work twice as hard to have half as much. And so if I looked at the evidence of my life, I would say, if I was just looking at evidence, wow, that is absolutely true because I look at the physical evidence. However, in this workshop, for me and for you, no matter what your background is, I'm inviting us to look beyond the physical. I'm inviting us as a sacred circle tonight to tap into the energy of the divine, which we all have access to. Tap into the energy of the sacred. The energy of the sacred is the energy of flow. And what we are going to do is we are going to make a decision right now to embody the energy of money, to feel like money, to become in the flow and in the energy and in the expansive nature of what it feels like. What does it mean to feel like money? So I asked this before on a retreat a couple of years ago, and I see some of my retreat goddesses. Shout out and much love to all my retreat goddesses. If you're watching this and you want to join me on a retreat, the next retreat is at richgoddessretreat.com in the United States, in my home country, January 10th through 12th in North Carolina, Boone, North Carolina, richgoddessretreat.com. Someone put it in the comments, richgoddessretreat.com. So I asked the question on a retreat, what does it feel like to feel like money? So I'm going to ask you this now. The link is richgoddessretreat.com, richgoddessretreat.com. What does it feel like to feel like money? What does it feel like? So I'm asking you now, my beauties, all of my beautiful human beings. What does it feel like? Thank you so much for putting it in the comments. richgoddessretreat.com. What does it feel like to feel like money? And people gave expressions like, it feels like luxury. They said it feels like expansiveness. It feels like, people listed designer labels and that kind of experience. But I want to take it back to a primal energy, The primal energy of it feels like money is it feels like safety. The primal energy of it feels like money is it feels like compassion. The primal energy of it feels like money is that it feels grounded and free. that everyone is taken care of, that we don't have a financial burden or care in that way, that everyone's belly is fed, everyone is fed. No one has to worry. No one has to worry about where their next meal is coming from. Okay? And I say this to you as somebody that knows the taste of some government cheese that we had back in the day. I called it fancy cheese, government cheese, right? So this is the energy of money is the lifted energy of it is safe to be safe. It is safe to be taken care of. It is safe not to worry about money. It is safe to have my bills taken care of easily and effortlessly. It is safe to feel free in my body, in my mind, in my spirit, in my pockets. That is the energy. It is safe to feel grateful. It is the energy of gratitude. The luxury and all of that stuff, that's fun. That's great. That's surface, however, that comes afterward. It's the energy of compassion that says, until all of us here feel free and abundant, and until all of us are able to share in this energy of freedom, then we are holding on to an energy of greed, of constriction, of holding back. We are sharing the energy of abundance with each other. And so the very most powerful thing that you can do, that any of us on this call can do, as we are here to make it rain down abundance, rain down money, rain down prosperity, rain down wealth, rain down the feeling of not a care in the world, is not to just envision it for yourself, although there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but to know that we are a conduit for abundance of all of us, to want and see and feel it for all of us. And so if I look at the goddesses' names here, yes, feeling into the freedom, feeling into the energy of sensual, regal goddess, feeling into the energy of goddess Valen, feeling into the energy of goddess Damali, right? Feeling into the energy of House of Ashe and Jamaican Douglas. Even if you have never ever seen any of these humans before in your life, as I am calling out their names, I want you to see for them a vision of abundance. I want you to see for them a vision of prosperity, a vision where they don't have a care in the world, where they feel free. Somebody type into the comments, I feel free. And so does she, or he, or they. I feel free, and so do we. I feel free. Oh, I feel free, and so do we. Yes, I feel free, and so do we. Free enough to put all your bills on autopilot. Okay, and not even worry about it. Free enough to be able to donate to the causes that you care about fully and completely. Free enough that when the tax bill comes, we feel like, okay, I'm paying for the schools in my neighborhood. I'm paying for the roads. I'm paying for the bridges. So I'm not feeling any animosity towards this. I feel free enough, abundant enough, compassionate enough that I know that I am tapped into the greatest source of all that is. And when we say abundance is my birthright, type that in the comments. Abundance is my birthright. We are not speaking about, hyperbole or surface things or platitudes. We are saying that quite literally, not in a figurative way, but quite literally, that the creators and orchestrators of this world, that the source of all that is the source of your own power, your own prosperity power, your own financial wealth power, your own abundant power. And that source wants you to thrive. Type into the comments, my creator wants me to thrive. And so in this moment, money and money and money, as we feel like money and as we embody the energy of money, and as we are so grateful to feel this energy together in this sacred circle, breathe it in. As we are together on this mission, this money mission, we know that our birthright means that in the moment we were born rich. Type into the comments, I was born rich. And just like we request a refund when you overpay your taxes, right? Or pay your, however it works, right? We get a refund, right? Right now we are requesting a refund from the divine. We are requesting a refund from spirit, from the universe. We are requesting a refund from the source of all that is. We are requesting it for ourselves and for our brothers and sisters and co-human beings who are on this chat. Type into the comments, I am ready for my refund. I am ready for my refund. I am ready for my wealth. I am ready for the healing of everyone in my bloodline, my family line, and your blood and family line don't have to be the same thing, but they may be. I am ready for the healing of everyone in my blood and family line, my communal family, to now experience the freedom, abundance, and grounded energy of financial prosperity. I am ready. Type into the comments, I am ready. And we are no longer choosing to feed into the stories of lack and scarcity and some for them and not for me. Rich, all of those stories, I'm not even going to repeat them because now we're beyond them. Now we've evolved beyond them. Now we are the money. We are the energy of money. Money, currency, right? Currency like electricity, energy flows where attention goes. And we are now putting our attention on prosperity. Type into the comments, my attention is on prosperity. Our attention is on prosperity, not from a place of fear, but from a place of comfort. Type into the comments, I am choosing comfort. I am choosing comfort. I am choosing to feel good. I am choosing to feel God. I'm choosing to feel good in my mind, my body, and my spirit, knowing that I am taken care of fully and completely. Money, currency, in one generation may be Bitcoin. Bitcoin did not exist when everyone who is here was born. There was no Bitcoin. The Bitcoin existed when my daughter, who's 2, was born, but Bitcoin did not exist. Yet it is now a currency. Crypto did not exist. Now it is a currency. At one point in time, for my ancestors, currency was cowrie shells, right? Because that was the meaning that was assigned. So you see, it's just meaning being assigned. Right now, currency, which at one point was backed by gold, but isn't even backed by that now, is pretty paper with pictures on it. That is the currency. And so how funny is that? Let's add the energy, the lightness, the playful energy of people arbitrarily saying, this is now money. No, this is now money. This is now money. Now this is now money. We accept it all. Type into the comments, we accept it all, right? We accept it all. All of it. We welcome it all. Type in the comments, we welcome it all. We are grateful for it all. We are grateful for it all because we are the currency. We are the currency. And this is challenging. I want to just give you Give all of us, give me and give everyone here on this call grace, okay? Because we beat ourselves up. And I want to remind us that if you have feelings and experiences of lack, and people can have money, fears, beliefs, blocks, whether you grew up very rich, very poor, somewhere in between. But if you have these fears and beliefs, it's not your fault. Type into the comments, it's not your fault. Let's let ourselves off the hook. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. There are many people on this call, I see, who look like me, who at one point your ancestors were quite literally the currency, quite literally the currency. And so it's not your fault. People who are here, women, when my mom bought her home in the 70s, even though she was buying her house, she's listed on her deed as Mrs. my father's name. It's not our fault that this is challenging. However, we are in a new age. Type into the comments, we're in a new age. However, we are in a new era. Type into the comments, we are in a new era where we are choosing something different. Type into the comments, we are choosing wealth. We are choosing well-being. And this is the flow. This is the flow. This is the truth. We've been lied to in the past, but this is now the truth. Right? This is the actual truth. And so in my great-great-grandmother's era, when she was a midwife and helped women with their fertility, with their womb issues, and people paid her in goats and, chickens, that was currency. And that feels to us like somehow that was more noble than someone swiping a credit card. And it was amazingly noble, but it is also amazingly noble for you to be paid what you're worth. Actually, let me erase that, because you cannot be paid what you're worth, because science cannot replicate the magic that is you, because all of science put together cannot replicate the magic that is you. So if payment can approximate your worth, but you can't be paid what you're worth. It can approximate a reasonable facsimile of what you're worth, right? And so it is just as noble for someone to swipe a credit card and pay you in that way. We're accepting it all. We accept it all. Crypto, Bitcoin, credit cards, checks, whatever. We accept it all. Type in the comments, we accept it all. Because we are prosperity. Type into the comments, I am prosperity. Because we are wealth. Type into the comments, I am wealth. Because we are money. Type into the comments, I am money. Yes, I am money. I am money. I am money. And so I'm looking at, yes, Banyan. So Banyan's asking if we want to take questions. So I want to let's just do a quick activation. Let's do an activation, okay? I know we're almost at the halfway point, the half an hour coming to an end, but my baby girl hasn't woken up yet, so it's okay. So we're gonna flow. Banyan, flow with me, because we are money, Banyan, right? Banyan, flow with us, because we are money. And I want to remind all of you, please, buy my books, my decks, whatever you were wanting to buy, maybe for yourself or for a family member, for a gift. Buy it from Banyan Books. Please support them for doing this workshop. Type into the comments, thank you, Banyan. Thank you, Banyan, for giving us space for this conversation. Thank you, Banyan. Yes, thank you, Banyan. So let's just close our eyes and let's just do a money activation, because we're feeling good right now, because we are money. Yes, close your eyes and open your soul. Close your eyes and open your heart. And we're going to lean in, my goddess temple peoples. We're going to lean in and connect around this big, juicy globe. So I want you to lean into the right and connect with the peoples to the right of us in this sacred circle and take their hand And we're going to lean into the left, the people in this sacred circle, and take your hand. And we're going to just come together holding our energy of our brothers and sisters and human beings in this sacred circle. And we're going to just invite in the energy, the flow of money. Feel what it feels like right now to actually be money. All those O's and digital numbers running through our bank accounts, right? Most of us rarely even deal with cash anymore. So that means that right now there's energy of money running through you. Electricity, currency. You are the money. So feel into that. What does it smell like to be money? Take a breath. What does it taste like to be money? What does it feel like to be money? Right now, as money, being that you are money, what does it sound like to be money? What does it look like to be money? You are the money. And so money, my beauties here who are on this line, I want you to see now the energy of golden coins raining down from heaven, raining down from the skies. These are soft gold coins, so they're not hurting you or anyone else, but it's an abundant rain of gold coins that is just raining down now on us. Just the flow, filling up the earth around us, filling us up energetically as a golden light that is going right into your heart, right through your body, energizing your mind, your body, your spirit. So the gold coins are falling all around you and the golden light is filling you up. You are money. You are prosperity. You are wealth. And as money, you attract money. Feel the magnet that this golden light has awakened within you. There is money everywhere. At this very moment, it is filling your bank account. When you walk down the street, I want you to expect to see money on the sidewalk. As you open your bank account, I want you to expect to see notifications. Ding, there's another one. Ding, there's another one. Ding, there's another one. When you open your bank account, I want you to expect to see expansion and increase. There is money now following you everywhere you go. When you receive emails, when you receive mail, I want you to expect to open it and see checks, see cash, see opportunities. When you open your emails, I want you to expect to see money, opportunities, all kinds of prosperity, wealth, abundance coming your way easily and effortlessly. You are a magnet for money because you are money. You are a magnet for money because you are money. This is the truth of who you are. Money is freedom. Money is compassion. Money is groundedness. And so now, money, I want to invite you to flow your golden healing light up, up, up through the cosmos and into the hearts and arms and refrigerators and bank accounts of anyone who is in need. I want you right now, money, to generously flow wherever you are needed. And because the nature of flow is giving and receiving, giving and receiving, giving and receiving, it is cyclical. You are easily and effortlessly flowing where needed, and money, your own energy, is flowing easily and effortlessly back home to you, easily and effortlessly flowing out with compassion. And the energy is easily and effortlessly flowing back home to you. You are safe. It is safe to be wealthy. It is safe to be enough. It is safe to be loved. It is safe to be whole. It is safe to be prosperous. It is safe to be taken care of. It is safe to be selfish. It is safe to be generous. It is safe to be loving. It is safe to be appreciated. It is safe to be money. It is safe to do money. It is safe to have money. You are wealth personified. You are wealth walking. You are prosperity in every aspect of your being. Sometimes this prosperity shows up as health. In fact, this prosperity is always health. Sometimes this prosperity shows up as love. In fact, this prosperity is always love. Sometimes this prosperity shows up as compassion. In fact, this prosperity is always compassion. Sometimes this prosperity shows up as money. In fact, this prosperity is always money. It is safe for you to walk in this life in the energy and spirit of being a wealthy, healthy, whole human. It is safe for you to now assume that everything is working out for you. It is safe for you to assume that you are loved, that you are whole, that you are abundant, that you are rich, that you are prosperous. It is safe for you to assume that the divine, the universe, the creator, your God is taking care of you, that God is protecting you, that God is prospering you, that God is supporting you. It is safe for you to feel supported. It is safe for you to feel safe. It is safe for you to feel safe. It is safe for you to feel safe. And so I'm inviting you to now come back into the present moment. Come back into the present moment, calling all parts of ourselves back home to ourselves now. Come into the present moment where you are fulfilled, where you are prosperous, where we are activating now within you something new and exciting, where there are opportunities greeting you at your front door, where there are ideas percolating in your heart. And I want you to take the next step. When you wake up tomorrow, there are going to be ideas coming forward for you. Those ideas, on the other side of them, are your abundance, your money, your prosperity, your wealth, your well-being. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You only need to see the next step. Take it and take it and take it. It is yours. It is yours. We receive it. We accept it. We appreciate it. And for all of this and so much more, we are so very grateful. And we say, Amen, Ashe, and so it is. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Amen, Ashe, and so it is. I would clap right now, but I don't want to wake up my baby girl. Amen, Ashe, and so it is. We are money. And so, Banyan, I'm going to invite you to come back on the line with us, please. We are money. We are money. We are money. We are money. All is well. All is well. All is well.
Do you want to open it up to the questions?
Yes, if there are any questions, yes.
Type them into the chat if you got questions. I've got one question just to start off.
Okay.
I was curious about in the book you talk or the title of the book mentions Abdullah, Master
Yes,
Alchemist.
yes,
How does what are Abdullah's ideas? How they connect to manifesting?
yes. So Abdullah was a master teacher and alchemist. Abdullah was money, like everyone here. Abdullah lived 100 years ago in New York City, and he was a Black Ethiopian rabbi who taught about abundance, healing, owning your power and well-being about 100 years ago. And you may be familiar with some of his teachings, as he was the teacher of the master teachers that we follow today. So his two most well-known students were Joseph Murphy, who wrote the name of his book just escaped me, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. That's his book. And Neville Goddard, who taught about the law of assumption. And they studied with Abdullah. And so everything when it comes to, if you saw the movie The Secret, those are the teachings of Abdullah. If you learned in any way, shape, or form about manifesting, those are the teachings of Abdullah. And so his work has filtered down in so many different ways. The things that he was talking about, 100 years ago are, teachings that came through Bob Proctor in recent times, Louise Hay, Wayne Dyer, and trickle down now to our teachers right now, and so it's my humble honor to be the steward of Abdullah's teachings. My humble honor to be the steward of his teachings. So anyone else? Any other questions? I know we are levitating.
There was somebody, Bikini Body Raps wrote, pulled ancestor cards today, got Altar of Fire and the Patriarch. This is definitely confirmation. Thank you.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Beautiful. She's talking about my Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle deck. Very powerful card. Very powerful card, especially here in eclipse season. This is a wonderful time for, if tomorrow, if you are able to journal tomorrow on gratitude. All right. So here's everyone's assignment for tomorrow. I want you to make a list of 50 things that you are grateful for. 55 things that you are grateful for. Okay. And if you don't know where to begin, just begin with breath. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for being on this call. I'm grateful for, Banyan books. Start with that. Start with that. 55 things, 5, angel numbers, 55 things that you are grateful for. So, yes. So Joe Spice is asking, did Abdullah come to you personally in spirit? Yes, 100%. 100%. And it's a very interesting thing, as I've studied about ancestors. Abdullah, as I said, was a Black Ethiopian rabbi, and he's not directly from a culture that I am from, although he was of African descent. I don't know that I have any Ethiopian directly ancestry. And so it's very interesting that, I now consider Abdullah to be an ancestor. And not only do I consider him to be an ancestor, but I feel that when he came to me in spirit and we created this book together to document his work, in his name, that his energy is a part of mine, that he's here, that I feel him, his energy as a part of me. I don't know another way to express it. I don't know another way to express it. But yes, thank you so much for that question. And I want to add to that, when it comes to channeled works, which I consider this to be a channeled work, that 99.9% of the art that we see in the world is channeled work. It is a dance with us and spirit, or our spirit guides, to bring forward wisdom and knowledge, and a co-creative dance and experience. So thank you for asking
There was a question kind of related. How do you receive spiritual guides? I guess it kind of
that.
touches on that.
Yes. So there are different ways that people, everyone, just the same way that we have different love languages and different ways that we different educational languages, different ways that we process things. We have different ways of processing spiritual information. And for me, there, if you've heard of like clairvoyance, for example, those are people who process the spirit in with sight, right? There's clairaudience, processing spirit with, the hearing, sense of hearing. For me, I am claircognizant, which means that I receive downloads, and then it's very interesting. It feels like a poof, and then it's like I just know it, and it feels like I've always known it, and it's a very interesting thing. And I also am a bit clairsentient. And I'm going to correct myself, because I noticed that shadow belief in saying a bit, like whenever you use the words like a bit or small, and we try to, that's still the old beliefs of shrinking, hiding. I'm also clairsentient. I am also clairsentient, which is feeling of things. Some people feel things physically, some people feel things emotionally. So those are ways that I've received guidance. I've had moments in the past also of clairaudience, of hearing, but usually the way that my guidance comes through is, claircognizance.
There was a question here from Jamaican Douglas. If you have any advice for those seeking employment right now to
Yes.
stay in this energy of abundance.
Okay, so I didn't bring a card deck with me, but I'm going to open a picture. A page. Let's do some bibliomancy. I'm going to open to a page, and let's just see and what we're finding is guidance. So I'm going to just open here. And I've opened to a page that says, here are some ways to shift your state. It's the mystery of state. For people who have the book, you can't make this stuff up. I randomly opened to page 111, right? Of course I did. So page 111 is the section called the mystery of state. All right. And your state is your vibration. All right. Here are some ways to shift your state: mindful observation, journaling, the I am exercise, visualization, and the pillow method. Okay, so I'm going to give you that, and then now I'm going to just talk to you from what I am feeling you are needing to know. So if you are currently seeking employment, if you are underemployed or unemployed, the most powerful thing that you could do is to walk in the energy of havingness, as we've been talking about with the law of assumption, assuming the energy of the wish fulfilled, assuming the energy, believing, preparing, walking in the energy of it is done. So that means you're going to still do all of the things that you've been doing, in terms of your job search, whatever that looks like for you. But here's what you're going to add to it. Every morning, you're going to get up, get dressed, and proceed as though if it's a at-home job, you're going to dress for that. Whatever it is, the job that you're calling forward. If it's a going out job, you're going to dress for that. Okay? You're going to dress for and move in the energy of whatever the job is. All right? So you're going to assume it to be true. You're going to assume it to be true. You're going to walk in the truth of it. All right? And you're going to journal on, at the end of the day, what your experience was that day with this job. All right? So if it was to be at Banyan Books here working, and doing these workshops, you would journal and say, today I hosted a workshop and author Abiola Abrams was there, and she was talking about from imagination to reality, whatever it is. So whatever you did that day at the job. Okay, so walking in the energy of it already is done. Of it already is done. Okay. And then I want to invite you also to make some bold moves. So when you go to LinkedIn, everybody is, applying for the same jobs. And right now it feels like, people are applying for hundreds of things and not moving forward. I want you to make a video and add it to your job applications, your LinkedIn profile, your whatever, a video where you are sharing, and you can customize it to each job. Again, things that will stand out, because those who are assured of the outcome can afford to make bold moves. It's your job. It's your opportunity. It's already yours. And so you showing up in your video talking about what you are, not what you bring to the table, because you're not trying to pitch yourself, not what is, not from a place of lack or scarcity or trying to explain yourself. You don't have to explain anything. You already have the job. So showing up, and if I showed up and I was going to make a video from the energy of already having the job, it would be this energy. I'm excited about this opportunity to connect with you, because when I saw this job listing pop up, I knew that this was made for me. Here's why I'm so excited about your opportunity, and talk about it in terms of what as it already is. My first day on your job, or my first day in your company, would look like this. Describe all of the things from the energy of havingness, not the energy of lack. Okay. Okay. All right. Good. She says she has the book in front of her, page 111. 111. And actually, let's just talk about that as well. So 111 is an angelic number of completion. It's an angelic number with the energy of it is done. And so I think that was a message for you as well, that I just picked up the book and opened it to 111. It is done. It is done. It is done. Okay.
There's a question about your books. Like, do you read your books straight through, or selections like you just did? How do you best use your book as a tool or a skill builder?
Yes. So what I recommend is that people do both. So the books that I write, including this one, are books that you do, not necessarily books that you read. This is written to be a workbook, to be a playbook, to be a tool in your spiritual arsenal in manifesting, a manifesting manual. And so you could do one of two things. You could read it all the way through, or there's a wonderful audiobook. I say it's wonderful because I enjoyed recording it. You could read or listen to it all the way through, and then go back through and do the exercises. I believe that that's the best way, because you're doing a rewrite of yourself, of your subconscious mind. We're rewriting old, outdated programming, right? And so just like there is repetition that led us to believe the things that we believe to be true right now, repetition from our family members, repetition from the media, repetition from our teachers, repetition from our friends, repetition that, when you get off this call and you're going to run into your family complaining about the price of gas and the price of eggs and all of that repetition, we need to counteract that with the repetition of the beliefs that we are now installing. So reading it through one time, and then going through and doing the exercises in here. So I just opened it to an exercise, page 63, an exercise on manifesting through identity mapping. Okay, so do the exercises, go through and do the exercises. And one of the easiest things that you can do, if you don't know what to do and you want to just do something easy, is that there are decrees here. So I just turned the page to the feelings decree. And these decrees, you can just read them over and over and over again, daily or morning, noon, and night. They're very short. And again, to rewrite old programming. This is what I did when I needed to rewrite myself many years ago, and put in some new programming. So this one is your feelings decree. My feelings create. Within my soul, a force awakens. Today, I stand tall in this realization. My feelings have the power to sculpt my destiny. My feelings have creative power. With every pulse of my heart, I channel emotions of love, abundance, and joy, letting them light the path ahead. These feelings are my guiding star, leading me even during life's most turbulent storms. When clouds of doubt loom overhead, I trust the innate power within me. For every emotion, whether of elation or despair, serves a divine purpose. They are the sacred messengers of my journey, steering me to my purpose. My feelings have power. From this moment on, I celebrate and honor my feelings. They are my compass and my allies. My feelings are the key. And so it is. So you would read that over and over and over again if this was an area of your life you needed to rewrite your internal coding on. And then there are journal questions also that you could then do. So it is a workbook. So read it through once and then read it through a second time, stopping and doing all of the exercises.
I have a question actually. I'm wondering, in your retreats, like this Rich Goddess retreat,
Yes.
what do you do? What kind of exercises do you do to manifest or build manifestation?
Yes. So I couldn't tell you all of it right now. If I told you, I'd have to, there's a lot of secret stuff that goes on. The retreat goddesses who are here in the chat can tell you. But one of the things, so we do very like primal energy exercises, primal energy stuff. So at one retreat, I gave out Play-Doh and we molded body parts that we wanted to speak to, so very primal energy exercises. At this retreat in January, we're going to go out and we're going to howl at the moon. So with the energy of what it is that we're wanting to manifest and call forward, we're going to literally stand and howl at the moon. And what this does, so for many years before the pandemic, I used to do an annual fire walk. What this does is it shocks the system. It breaks us away from the status quo. So we've all been to workshops where we sit there in a room and we take copious pages of notes that we then go home and they look pretty on a shelf and we put them there and never look at or think of them again. And what I wanted to do is use the power of ritual, which is cultural for me as well, using the energies of the earth, which for me is cultural as well. And really putting our hands in the energy and creating a shift. Because once you have done something like howl at the moon, you're not the same. You cannot pretend to be the same. And so this is the energy we're going to be bringing to the retreat. And it's my first American US stateside retreat. Past retreats have been places like, Bali, Belize, the south of France, stuff like that. And so this is my first. I've done American events, of course, but this is my first American retreat, extended healing retreat at the Art of Living in Boone, North Carolina, January 10th through the 12th, richgoddessretreat.com.
There it is.
Okay.
And someone was just asking, I think you said it was that your book, you are reading your audiobook, it's your voice?
Yes. So I'm reading my audiobook and I had the most incredible nurturing, I manifested the most nurturing experience with the studio that I read my audiobook in. The person who was managing this, and I wish I could remember the name of the studio at this moment, but he brought in teas and different like teas and biscuits, and made sure that the temperature was right because I'm often cold, and all of those kinds of things. And so it was the perfect environment for me to just sit there and just really just share the teachings and enjoy the teachings of Abdullah and the teachings of Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy. And it was a really beautiful experience, because one of the things that if you are doing a book that is a channeled work or a work that you are collaborating with spirit on, when you reread it, it's like you're reading it for the first time. And so when I was there and I was in the studio and reading the book, it was like the first time that I had gotten to read it since like handing it in. And I was like, handing it in, and then the few rounds of edits, I was like, wow, this is really good. This is good stuff. This is really powerful. And it was very helpful for me in reading back the audiobook for you. And so if you listen to the audiobook, you will hear my enthusiasm in spirit, in theos. You will hear and feel my enthusiasm in the experience of just delving into these teachings.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. We actually made it the full hour.
Yay!
Nobody woke up. So this was inspiring and wonderful to hear you speak. And I'll just leave it with you to say whatever last things you think would be helpful.
Yes. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming and hanging out. I know for some of us, it is quite late, but it is always the perfect time. And I want to just share with all of you that, I know that a lot of folks are going through things right now. Whatever you are going through, whatever you are experiencing, you are not alone. You are guided. You are protected. You deserve to be happy, and you are enough. If you take nothing else away tonight, know that you are enough and you deserve to prosper. You deserve to be happy. You are worth loving, and your best days are ahead of you. Come and hang out and play with me on social media at Abiola TV like transformation and victory, at Abiola TV. My site is womanifesting.com. And if you go to womanifesting.com, you can sign up for a free workbook. I have a free Goddess of Receiving workbook that you can sign up for. And this is the book. From Imagination to Reality, Secret Manifestation Lessons and the Law of Assumption, from Abdullah, Master Alchemist. Thank you, Banyan Books. I will see you at the next experience.
Thank you.
Deepa. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for Branches of Wisdom, a podcast of Banyan Books and Sound, Canada's spiritual and healing resource since 1970. Our podcast producer is Jacob Steele. Watch all our conversations on YouTube by searching for Banyan Books, or listen on your favorite podcast platform. Please subscribe, follow, like, and leave your reviews and comments. We love to hear from you. For all our live events, books, and more, visit us at banyan.com.